Power Rankings time. Week 9. Presented by our friends at Toyota. And the Philadelphia Eagles have flown to the top of the stack. And I didn't do it just because they sent me the throwback hoodie. They were in position to take over if number 1 faltered. And number 1 faltered. The Chiefs lost, so the Eagles slip into number 1. Jaguars move up to number 2. Dolphins move up to number 3. And the Ravens have jumped up to number 4. I put them ahead of the Chiefs, and the 49ers fell one spot. A lot of Dolphins fans salty. They think their team should be number 2. Hey, the Jaguars have just kind of quietly been kicking ass and taking names, winning 5 in a row. They're 6-2 at the bye. I'm sorry, Miami fans. The best team in Florida right now continues to reside in Duval County, Myles.
I don't disagree with you on that. I think the Jaguars have been very good. I think that their stretch going to London, winning 2 games over there, coming back across the pond, winning, going then up to Pittsburgh and beating the Steelers as they did in poor weather conditions up there, that's very tough to do for any team. I mean, and we can say that going back years and years and years, you know, depending on whatever has been going on there. I mean, Mike Tomlin just doesn't lose that many home games, it feels like. So I think that what they've done heading into their bye has been impressive. I don't mind them at 2. What I mind on this list, Mike, why are the Lions exactly at number 8? Because, I mean, yeah, they had a clunker, but, I mean, are they not one of the best teams?
38-6. 38-6. Very recently.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're one of the best teams, but they lost 38-6. Okay. Hey, they have a very easy schedule. If they keep winning, they will climb. They could likely be the 1 seed in the NFC when you consider the stack of cards that they're going to pull between now and Week 17 when they go to Dallas are all wins. They're going to win, they're going to win, they're going to win. They're going to keep climbing. But 38-6, the memory of it is still too fresh. I have people saying, oh, well, the Cowboys, they lost 42-10. Well, that was 3 weeks ago. There have been a couple of games since then. They've won them both. And look, the Lions, the Lions weren't exactly impressive on Monday night. I mean, they gave the Raiders some opportunities. They let the Raiders hang around. It was 16-14. About 10 minutes left in the third quarter after that hideous pick 6 from Jared Goff. Poor decision. And I'm telling you, Goff's going to be the reason. When it ends, like, the Lions can be like, oh, well, we love Goff because he's taken them to a place they haven't been in a long time. Once the gas runs out of the car at some point in January, they're going to turn on Goff quickly. Because when it ends this year, it's going to be because of something I'm putting my name to it now. When it ends this year for the Lions, it's going to be because of something Goff did or failed to do. He's the weak link in that offense.
Shout out to the 2018 Rams. I got one of these footballs behind me with Jared Goff and Marcus Peters combining there for that interesting play that happened on Monday night. It's funny, you know, I was talking to somebody during the game, and it's like, well, earlier on in that game, Jared Goff was making decisions with dead plays, right, where he's throwing the ball away. And I'm like, that's a good play. When the play is dead, the play is dead. And that play didn't necessarily look like it was dead, but Marcus Peters was going against Jared Goff enough to understand what the tendencies of his eyes are in practice there between 2018 and 2019. So he baited him into the pick, and Marcus Peters knows how to turn those things into touchdowns.
It's more than that as well. We broke it down yesterday. Chris Sims said that play itself is a staple of the West Coast offense. He broke down what the options were. There was an in route that wasn't there. He didn't like it, so he moved to another one. He didn't like it. And the last ditch was the throw to the flat. And you better be damn sure that throw's there or you get rid of it. And Peters, who knows a thing or two about defending a West Coast offense, knew it was coming, apparently, jumped the route, and off he went. Otherwise, I mean, that game should have been 42-13. It shouldn't have been 26-14. It shouldn't have felt like the Raiders still had a chance. And it was the defense of the Lions that really slammed the door on any chance the Raiders had to make it a game. The offense of the Lions, yes, Jahmyr Gibbs was great, but I'm just saying they're not quite firing on all cylinders yet, but they don't have to until Week 17. Because they should win every single game between now and then, and they will climb higher and higher and higher in the PFT Power Rankings. The Bengals have moved up 7 spots after their 14-point win over the 49ers. And the Bengals are back. Because the only issue with the Bengals Well, there were two issues. Number one, Joe Burrow was injured. And number two, the offense isn't all that creative. But when Joe Burrow is healthy, the offense doesn't need to be all that creative. Joe Burrow will create things in the moment and keep the offense going. Now that he's 100%, the Bengals are going to be in the top 10 before we know it. The Bengals are going to be one of the teams vying for that Super Bowl berth if Joe Burrow stays healthy, Myles.
Yeah, and look, this is what we should have expected from the Bengals. I mean, last year they started out 0-2 as well. And, Joe Burrow missed most of training camp. This time it was with the calf. Last year was after the appendectomy. And as Joe Burrow gets healthy, as Joe Burrow gets more comfortable, they start to look like the Bengals team that we have seen over the last few years with Joe Burrow as their quarterback. So this is not a surprise to me when they now are 4-3. The Ravens have been great. All right. And I think the Ravens should still win that division, but I can't put it past the Bengals to come up and take it from them. And the part of the issue too is Lamar Jackson going to stay healthy? And I hate to say something like that, but we have seen the Ravens be good for most of the season. And then Lamar Jackson gets hurt in December and he misses the last few games. And it's like, man, you want to see Lamar Jackson healthy in January. I hope we get to see that. I hope we get to see those two teams battle it out, toward the end of the year at the top of the division, because I think it's going to be those two really vying for it. But, that's where I'm like, yeah, I have a lot of faith in what the Bengals do, because they find themselves and they turn it on, and they don't really seem to turn it off as they go through the season over the last couple of years.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.